International Newsnet. News the networks won't tell you.
Welcome to the INN World Report for Monday, May 17th, 2010. I'm Lynn Wilson with today's top stories. Palestinian researchers say Sunday the U.S. Agency for International Development has funded Israel to build 70 miles of road, despite Washington's pledge it would not help implement Israel's apartheid road plan. Human rights groups say Israel has reserved an increasing number of main roads in the West Bank for illegal Israeli settlers, making their illegal communities more attractive to places to live in. In the West Bank, Israeli soldiers injured 3 international supporters who were protesting construction of an Israeli wall and attempting to stop military bulldozers from destroying Palestinian orchards. The town of Beit Jala has lost 3,200 acres of land due to illegal Israeli settlements and roads. Residents have challenged the war's legality in the Israeli Supreme Court. As BP struggles to staunch its gushing deep-water oil well in the Gulf of Mexico, scientists have found enormous oil plumes beneath the surface of the water, including one up to 10 miles long, 3 miles wide, and 300 feet thick. The discovery shows the leak is substantially worse than estimates given by BP and the government. Greek Prime Minister George Papadopoulos says he is considering taking U.S. investment banks to court for their role in the Greek debt crisis. Papadopoulos says Sunday an investigation will be launched to examine whether the U.S. financial sector engaged in fraud, leading to the spiraling of the Greek's debt. By taking legal action, the Greek government hopes it will lead to further tightening of the rules and regulations of U.S. banks. A suicide bomb attack on a crowded soccer stadium in Iraq has left 10 dead and 120 wounded. Al-Nasir Ladid Suleiman, leader of al-Qaeda in Iraq, is a group closely affiliated with Iran, said, "What is happening to you now is just a drizzle." Dubai police say a 62-year-old Scot currently in hiding in Western Europe is the 32nd suspect identified as being behind the January assassination of the former Hamas official Mahmoud al-Mahhoua. Last November, the UK Sunday Times reported Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave his authorization for the hit. Thousands of people have formed a human chain around the Futama Air Base of Okinawa Island to protest the U.S. military presence in Japan. Prime Minister Yukio Hatoyama had promised to move the base out of Okinawa by the end of the month, but the government has abandoned the deadline. One of Canada's most senior military figures has been accused of being a sexual predator responsible for up to 10 murders. In a case that has shocked the nation, Colonel Russell Williams has been charged with 2 killings, but detectives are re-examining up to 8 unsolved murders and dozens of sex crimes across Canada, stretching back 3 decades. In India, 40 people were killed after Maoist rebels known as Naxalites blew up a bus filled with police and civilians Monday. The attack took place in the state of Chhattisgarh, the site for fierce fighting between Maoists and government forces in recent months. The bus hit a mine. 365,000 small nonprofit organizations could lose their tax-exempt status Monday because they failed to file a tax return. The 2006 Pension Protection Act requires all nonprofits to file an annual return with the IRS. Previously, nonprofits with annual revenue of less than $25,000 were excluded. The requirement doesn't apply to churches or church-related operations. Employers in Britain have to provide remedial lessons in reading, writing, and math because thousands of school leavers lack basic skills. 1 in 5 companies surveyed had held training in the 3 R's in the past year for staff recruited from school or college. Sir Stuart Rose, chairman of Marks & Spencer, claimed millions of school leavers were not fit for work.
News the networks won't tell you.